If you check through the scholarly literature, you'll find the same story all the time, virtually exceptionless. The world agreed with the Reaganites, too. In 1985, right after Reagan and Paris had denounced the evil scourge of terrorism, the General Assembly passed a resolution condemning terrorism. And in 1987, it passed a much stronger resolution and a much more explicit one denouncing terrorism in all its forms and calling on all states to do everything they can to fight against the plague and everything you like. It's true that that wasn't unanimous. There was one abstention, namely Honduras, and 2 votes against, the usual 2. They gave their reasons for voting against the major UN resolution on international terrorism. Namely, both states, the United States and Israel, pointed to the same paragraph as the reason for their negative votes. It was a paragraph that said that nothing in the present resolution could in any way prejudice the right to self-determination, freedom, and independence as derived from the United Nations Charter of people forcibly deprived of that right, particularly peoples under colonial and racist regimes and foreign occupation, or could deprive them of the right to obtain support for others in these ends in accord with the Charter of the United Nations. That was the offending paragraph. And it's easy to understand why. It raised a serious problem for the United States and Israel. The African National Congress was identified officially as a terrorist organization in the United States, and South Africa was officially an ally. But the phrase struggle against colonial and racist regimes plainly referred to the struggle of the ANC against the apartheid regime, so that's unacceptable. The phrase foreign occupation, everyone understood, referred to the Israeli occupation of the West Bank and Gaza, then in its 20th year, extremely harsh and brutal from the beginning, continuing only because of decisive U.S. Military, economic, and diplomatic support, which runs up to the present. So obviously that was unacceptable. So therefore, the vote was 153 to 2 with 1 abstention. So it wasn't totally unanimous. It wasn't reported, and it's disappeared from history. You can check to find out. Incidentally, that's standard practice. When the master says something is wrong, it's down the memory hole. Doesn't get reported, and it's forgotten. But it's there. If you want to look, you can discover it. I'll give you the sources if you like.